What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Ben Thomas Show. Thanks for coming back. Today we are at the ATC Toy Shop here in the Farmers Market. That's the Crossroads Market here in Calgary, Alberta. And this place has a toy store that is absolutely freaking jam-packed with awesome toys, figures, collectibles, stuff I've never seen before. So let's get right into it. I'm so excited to show this to you guys. Now, I'm going to take you through as slowly as I can, but there is a lot to see here. So bear with me. Some of the shots might be a little quick. Some of the lighting was a bit challenging in here. We are going to get a little bit of reflection from the packaging. Not much you can do about that. I just really want to bring you guys in. I also want to give a special shout out to a couple of fans that I met while I was in the store. Some folks that actually followed the channel. Thank you, Curtis. I got a chance to meet you. Very nice guy. We also had the store owner, who is also a really cool person, for letting us come in and show his store here early this morning. So, already, look what we're in for. You guys have seen some of the shots. The Turbo Man, that's amazing. I don't know if I've actually seen a Turbo Man in person, to be honest with you. But Jingle All the Way used to be one of my favorite movies as a kid, so that kind of hits home with me. That's some nostalgia right there. I might need to bring a Turbo Man home with me today. And on today's toy hunt, I'm always going to be looking for Batman the Animated Series figures. But we're going to see a ton of McFarlane figures. We're going to see DC Direct. We're going to see quarter scale. We've got Hot Wheels. We got Funko Pops, Pop Vinyls, hockey players, sports figures, Star Wars. It goes on and on. Some Predator stuff in here too, which after Prey, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I've been kind of looking for a Predator to bring into my collection room. So I'm going to keep an eye out on that as well. And smile, because we are being filmed, which I appreciate. This place is so jam-packed, there's no way the store owner can have eyes on everybody all at the same time. Now, Halloween 3, that's pretty cool. Lost Oz, dolls here. Living Dead dolls, interesting. I don't know if I've seen any Living Dead dolls at any other location so far. This location, as advertised on that first poster we got a chance to see, has absolutely the biggest Hot Wheels collection I have ever seen in any location. So if you guys are a Hot Wheels collector, definitely stay tuned for this video here closer to the end, because I'm going to take a look at all the collectibles and figures for the most part that interest me first. That Jaws is funny. I like that. Seasons of the Witch Halloween 3. I don't know if I know that property, to be honest. We got all of the figures. Now, as you can see, guys, these figures and toys and collectibles are going from literally ground level right up to the roof. I'm about 6'1", so the way I'm stretched right now to show you these Shrek figures, of all things, by the way, and look at the Shrek packaging. That's amazing. I've literally got my arm fully outstretched above my head, so I apologize again for some of the glare. There's literally nothing I can do unless I brought a ladder in with me. This place is so filled. Kiss figures up top. We've got some cool Run DMC figures here. The whole collection looks like, if you wanted it. Love to see it. I like the packaging actually on that. It's really eye-catching. And check that out. Batman 89 cards. Very nice. As well as RoboCop 2. Gotta love to see that. Now around the corner here is a ton of sports figures. I won't show you every one of them because I'm not a huge sports toys fan, but if anybody wants me to come back looking for anything specifically, let me know in the comments down below. For me, I'm all about, the heroes and the villains. I don't know if I'd ever collect sports figures, but I can definitely see the market for it. Look at the Simpsons figures up top here, as well as Family Guy. Love to see it. Some really good ones, actually. Hugh Hefner there. That's amazing. Tom Jones. That's awesome. Beowulf up top. Decent. And the Mr. Weeds. Or Mr. Weed. I need to get that for my collection room, I think. On the corner end cap here, we've got some NECA turtles. Casey Jones up top. Absolutely love that. Love the coloration on these packages. And look at this thing. the Joker dragon. I don't think I've seen that yet. But there is a new tag on it, so I mean, maybe it's actually just new. Let's be honest. Look at the figures that we still need to get to. So awesome. I love this place. Now, this section actually has an amazing Walking Dead section. Some of these figures are really detailed considering, and the head sculpts look really good. Like, a lot like the actor likeness. Like that Herschel, it looks exactly like the actor. The governor, I mean, I would still say that's like an 8 out of 10. But like, look at that Michonne, that's cool. Carol's decent. Charred zombie, love to see it. Got another Michonne. I like the one with the hood though, that looks way better. Way better. Tyrese is awesome. Merle Dixon, love to see it. And we got Sasha down there as well. Good old Michael Burnham. T-Dog. What else do we have? Cool, not too bad. Look at this starting lineup. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but were there starting lineup figures in the Home Alone film? Is that what he shoots off the edge? I think so. I could be wrong, but you guys let me know in the comments down below. What sports figures did Macaulay Culkin shoot off the ledge of Buzz's figures? It kind of looks like that. Some Phantom Menace here. We got some more Star Wars. Star Wars Yoda. Love it. Bosch. Nice. It wouldn't be a Canadian toy tour without some Canadian hockey player figures. Ooh, that's a good set. That Star Wars set there. I like that. And then there's like this random bin below me filled with some interesting stuff. Let's get into this. We got Hilary Duff on the top, as well as a really strange Sharon Osbourne figure I've never seen before. And then this Osbourne family figure. This literally looks like just a toy bin filled with the Osbournes and movie, or I should say music reference characters. Very unique. Kiss display here in the back. Ooh, this is a nice little set. Look at that. Not too bad. You can still see the evolution though of toys now, eh? Like even the Stormtroopers nowadays, they're looking pretty good in comparison to some of these old ones. Now there's this back room here that has a whole bunch of really cool like Funko Pops, but then all these different quarter scale options from Neca. So these are really, really cool. And I like that they have these all together. And you come in this room and to be honest, it's just like you're surrounded by quarter scale stuff. It's really, really cool. These are some of the MDS Mega figures, it looks like. Harley Quinn up top. That Exorcist figure is really freaky looking. Some of these guys are really cool too. I like the Spider-Man. I really like that Daredevil. If I had just a bigger collection room, I would get into quarter scale for sure. Dark World, another Cap. Pennywise has been so popular this year. I feel like every toy store is just packed with Pennywises. And then this location also has a really good selection of quarter scale Xenomorphs, which is really cool to see. Another Turbo Man up top, and then we got the Penguin down here. That Penguin, I almost want to say, like, I know it's not 6 scale, but I almost feel like you could fit him in with 6 scale. He's cool looking. Look at this Keaton Batman. The detail on that's actually really good. Catwoman in the corner. I want another ghost face representation in my collection at some point as well. I don't normally collect horror figures, but Ghostface and just the Scream movies definitely have some nostalgia for me. Now we've got some of these pop vinyls like I was mentioning. I don't like the vinyls as much. I definitely like the pop or the Funko Pops more. But again, what I think I love about coming into all these different locations is just really seeing the different ones, what they have. More hockey player figures on the corner, Dr. Evil in the back, and this Lone Ranger. Kind of want to see what's in this box. Oh, there's Tonto in behind too. I didn't even see that at first. Hey, look at that. Lone Ranger. That's cool. Not something I would put in my collection, but cool to see. And again, Lone Ranger and Tonto if you want them. If you're a big Lone Ranger fan. Now let's get into some of these figures on the wall because I really want to show you guys these ones. Hulk's up top and the Punisher. Love to see it. Also, I've noticed the Marvel selection here is actually really good. Oh, that Colossus is cool. The Titanium Man. John Wick, that's amazing. This Marvel Select Wolverine is just calling my freaking name. Every time I see it, I just, like, I want to buy it. I don't know if I have a good space in my collection for it. You know, like, it's one of those things, but it's really cool. I love the classic coloration. That Spider-Gwen is actually really nice. The Watcher looks like a big baby in toy form. I don't really like that one, to be honest. Yeah, that Wolverine's sweet. Dark Tower, the Matthew McConaughey, Man in the Black. John Wick, very nice. Again, couple John Wicks on the shelf, and I like that classic look for Thanos. I think that's really cool. Jane Foster down below. This place has 3 Wolverines, a couple of the same Hulks. What else do we have here? The shelves are just like so packed that it's one of those locations that I'm gonna need to come back to a couple times, I think, just to really make sure that I see everything for you guys. Now these are interesting. I don't think I've ever seen these before. But McFarlane's Dragons, interesting. And these bendy figures are also really cool. I actually really like the detail on the Flash. Up close, you can tell that there's some paint challenges, but from a distance, these ones look amazing. Bendy figures, eh? That's very cool. Yeah, some of the detail is actually really good, though. Like that Robin looks fantastic. Ooh, that Michael Myers is also kind of freaky looking. Bendy figures, eh? Seems like a slippery slope. Now some of these DC Multiverse figures we've seen at some of the other locations, I don't think that McFarlane is honestly switching them up that quickly lately. But again, every comic book store or toy store I've come to has a different selection, which I appreciate. And this location doesn't sell comic books from what I can tell. Oh, look at the Deckard from Blade Runner. That actually looks a lot like Harrison Ford. I dig that. Marty McFly, love to see it. Wouldn't be a toy store hunt without some gremlins. Look at that, eh? That's random. Ooh, we got a Dark Knight Joker down below. I remember that not looking like the Joker, and it still doesn't really look like the Joker to me. Now, I mean, Robert Pattinson has always been very popular since, of course, the Twilight Saga, but the new Batman has definitely made me appreciate the actor a lot more. I know he's been in some other good stuff too, so don't get me wrong, but I definitely think that he made a pretty good Batman. I'm excited to have him in 1/6 scale. The Crocodile King. I don't think I've ever seen that at any other toy store we've been to altogether. Justice League of America, you love to see it. Ooh, look at this, Mary Jane Watson. It even has like a little like diorama set up from that scene where she gets blown off the ledge. Or almost blown off the ledge, I should say. Too bad. Hey, look at the Tony Stark. That's cool. I like that. It's in the back with a Star Trek figure in behind. Turtles in Time. I've seen this now a couple times, obviously, with you guys, but I really like the color. It just stands out to me, but not something that I want to pick up. That new line, I don't connect with it. It doesn't have that same level of nostalgia, but Baxter Stockman is a badass character. And up top with the red hood up here, I want a red hood for my collection, but I think I may stick to the animated series one that I've been seeing. That fully gold character there was pretty cool. I like these Toonie Terrors. The Beetlejuice is fun. I like that it's got like the old school movie kind of banner with the lettering on the bottom. That looks really cool. This April O'Neil is also really good for NECA. Like the likeness there is cool. And look at the colors on this one too. Like that's freaking awesome. These turtles, oh my goodness. I just want them so badly in my collection, but $50 a pop. You know, you get 4 turtles plus the shredder. You know, that's getting into Hot Toys pricing for me. I'd rather almost get another 6 scale, but wow, I freaking like these. They're really, really cool. Again, easily one of the best episodes of Turtles ever, in my opinion. And this location even has a bunch of Star Trek figures down below. We've got more Twilight and Sin City. You know, rest in peace. I love this guy. Michael Duncan, awesome actor. What else do we have? Oh my goodness, a Richard Simmons doll. Who needs a Richard Simmons in their collection? Nobody does. Nobody does. Spawn up top and R2-D2. Now, one thing I've noticed about this location is there are a lot of stickers on packages that say "Do not handle." It's interesting. You know, I can understand why. There's clearly quite a few things in here that are relatively valuable. But still, you know, it's a toy store. It must be hard to get people to not touch things. I also find, though, that it's kind of hard to sort through the pegs because they don't really want you to touch things. So, Rocky Balboa or Rocky. Love to see it. He actually looks like Sylvester Stallone quite a bit. And of course, Mortal Kombat and Spawn figures. Wouldn't be a toy hunt without them. Although this Constantine is badass. Oh, look at that. Those are funky. A Golden Girls figure as well. Get your Golden Girls here. Get your Golden Girls. Love to see it. $159 for that. Wow. Crazy. Clearly some of the more valuable ones are up top. Keep out of reach of children. I'm surprised some of these are going for such a high cost. Clearly they're hard to find. Mandarin Spawn, interesting. Oh, that's a cool looking Spawn actually too. I like that. Look at these cool horror figures down here below as well. The Ghostface is also really cool. Oh my god, look at that. It looks like a salad with a doll or child in it. That's freaky. That's probably a reference from the film. I don't know if I've seen that one though, to be honest. But that's really freaky. That's amazing. I love that. Oh, this Martian Manhunter is really cool down there. I like that one. We got, oh, Hush. Nice. Wow, there's some really good figures in this location. Look at this Green Arrow too. That's cool. Seen it. Ooh. Some Black Adam coming here, I see. Interesting. Oh, look at that Atom Smasher. Look at this Black Adam. Wow. That actually looks really good. That looks a lot like Dwayne Johnson. I like the hooded version. That is really cool. What are you guys thinking about the film? Are you guys excited for the film? Let me know in the comments below for Shazam. I feel like I'm going to go in with really low expectations, but hope for the best. Anything else up top? The Batman with the guitar. Not too bad. Oh my goodness. A Mad Balls Chucky stress ball head. Weird. Slap shot, nice. Trick or treat. Oh, that creep show is pretty cool. And of course Pennywise. Like I said earlier, wouldn't be a toy store if you didn't get some Pennywise, some Annabelle, some Nun. Also some King Kong. Apparently very popular. I still have yet to see any of you guys post to me some of your collections of horror figures. Like, who out there collects horror figures? And if so, I want to see what that collection looks like. It's really cool figures. I just can't justify buying them all. But I can definitely see the appeal. They really jump off the shelf to me. I think every toy store. What are we on? Like Toy Store 2 or 14 now? Oh, look at this Predator. From the second film there. Now, I just watched the second film not too long ago. Didn't love it. Didn't hold up as well as the first Predator film. But there was, there was definitely some good elements to it. I would say that the Predator 2 is probably kind of the third best that I've seen so far. It's an underrated, kind of cheesy, but still a classic film. Some of these pops caught my eye. The Michelangelo in there, and then I saw Mr. Bean, Apollo Creed. That's awesome. Oh, I got a Candyman. Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah. Casey Jones, love to see it. Michael Jordan, nice. Very nice. A Jackie Robinson. That's also unique. I've not seen that, I don't think, at any other location. This Jack Skellington is also catching my eye. And Sally. There's so many things in this store. Like, I feel like I'm missing things on you guys, but not even on purpose. Like, there's just so much to even look at. The 8 Mile. The rabbit figure. The Art of the Spawn also caught my eye. And then this Predator was hanging up on the wall. That's really cool. That's really cool. Ugh. Creepy. Nightmare on Elm Street. And Species 2. That is interesting. I don't think I've seen a Species figure yet at any other store. Flintstones up there also, which is really random. And again, I apologize for the angle and height here. This is as close as I could get to seeing some of these, but I still wanted to kind of show you anyways. Now we're getting into the Hot Wheels section. Now I'm not going to show you guys all the Hot Wheels because there is a lot, a lot in here. But I'll show you some of the ones that at least catch my eye anyways. And again, if you guys are local to Calgary, if you've never been in here, once again, this is called ATC Toys in the Crossroads Market in Calgary. Cool place. They have an Instagram. They have a Facebook. I definitely recommend checking out their Instagram page. A really cool store owner as well. So. Hot Wheels would be a cool thing to see as a display as well from people. I bet there's some amazing Hot Wheels displays out there for people. When I talk about slippery slopes though, holy cow, it gets I've heard people in here looking for certain ones, certain cars. There just must be like thousands of these options. Look at that Turtles bus, it's pretty cool up top. Like walls of Hot Wheels. It's crazy. Oh no, this catches my eye though. I like the way that these are displayed. Let's get in a little bit closer here. Yeah, this is a really cool display. Oh, shameless plug. You see my sticker on the back of my phone that Shauna got me. We got the mystery van though. Love it. Some cool ones in here. Hey. Very nice. Black Panther. Ooh, She-Hulk in there. I didn't know She-Hulk has a van, but now I'll be expecting it in the new television show. And then down here, Rugrats. Oh man, that's a deep cut. That's an old school show for me. Knight Rider, that's cool. Now, I don't know if all of these are actually Hot Wheels. I guess a lot of them are, but I don't know if all of them are. So apologies if I need to be corrected there, but still very cool. I actually really like the options that have the cool cards on them as well. Like these are almost something that I'd want to keep in the package if I was going to display them. Very cool. Superman cycle down below. Interesting. Anything on this one? Like look at the select. I can't even show them all to you guys today. If anybody wants me to come back for the Hot Wheels section specifically, let me know. This is just kind of on the way out the door. There's just one last little section of figures that we didn't get a chance to see when I came in. So I wanted to quickly show you guys. Clayface is really cool. But for everybody watching, thank you so much. We're getting close to the 500 subscribers, so I definitely appreciate you all. Make sure you hit the like button for the store owner. Again, this is ATC Toys at the Crossroads Market here in Calgary, Alberta. The Instagram is ATC Toy Shop YYC. So check that out on Instagram. But also, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button for me, and we will catch you all on the next toy store tour and toy hunt. Thanks, everybody.